I guess we're at, as you said, we're sort of at the, I wouldn't say we're at the start of this, we're still in the early stages of it, right? Where it's sort of at that, you know, I always think about the sort of S curve of adoption, and we're sort of at.
They tell you guys this stuff in the documents. This is the stuff that the mainstream will never show you. Okay? Right now, for the first time in crypto's history, we're about to have the biggest candlestick weekly close. I think that this speaks volumes.
If we can move all the 1.7 trillion of our assets, currently we have about 500 million. If we can move that all onto blockchain, we will save $200 million, excluding the transaction costs, which will be, you know, 0.0025 of what they are today. So yeah, it's huge. It's just.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video, what an episode. I'm going to be playing some really juicy panel discussions for you guys, showing you all how massive of an opportunity we have as retail investors to participate in this digital asset ecosystem in the now before we see institutions flood into this space. We're going to be going over the total cryptocurrency market cap, taking a look at some massive candlesticks that are being printed right now on the weekly time frame. We're going to be taking a look at previous price predictions, going over some chart analytics, and then at the end of this video breakdown, so stick around, I'm going to be playing some of the most bullish panel discussions and video clips that I could possibly find for you guys, showing you all, again, things that the mainstream media are never going to bring to your attention. This space is so extremely bullish, give or take some short-term price fluctuations that we could still experience in the near term to the downside, but again, should be looked at, in my personal opinion, as an opportunity. Welcome back to the CYPRX platform. If it's your first time here, again, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe, especially if you progress through this video breakdown and you enjoy the content. We're going to start here. Shout out to Brian on the X space. He said here, after watching and evaluating over 50 content creators on YouTube, I found only one who consistently spoke the truth and backed it up with verifiable evidence, either by showing it directly or pointing me to the sources to confirm it myself. And he tagged me in this post where I went in detail breaking down the $300 billion of inflow that we've seen in the digital asset landscape since November 3rd, and the market bottomed out, creating this new leg up in the digital asset space. Again, if you guys don't follow me on X, go and watch this video. It's jam-packed with lots of education and valued content. Now, a couple of days ago in the private CYPRX community, when we experienced that slight retracement at the beginning of November, rolling in from October into November, we had a private CYPRX discussion in our private Discord community, because I host weekly and daily Zoom calls, breaking down fundamentals and technical analysis for our private community. We had actually called this next leg up in our private community. You guys can see here this specific Zoom call recording, which the private community members have access to. You guys publicly don't, because this is a private YouTube playlist. However, I just want to show you guys this clip so that way you understand how important it is to pay attention to communities that are ahead and actually have an edge in these markets via real mentors that are actively participating in this space that have years of experience. Take a second and listen here what I told my private community just a couple of days ago when the market was bottoming out, pulling back at the beginning of November, and we were taking advantage of these opportunities. Take a second here and listen. Once the market sentiment solidifies itself, like I said, after this week, when the market becomes a little bit more clear and we see how central banks are going to position themselves as we roll into the last couple of months of this quarter, maybe sentiment changes hands, we find a bottom and we start to reverse back to the upside. All right. Continuing this overall trend, even though short term, it's painful. It sucks that prices are down right now. I get it. But we have to continue to see this as opportunity, as long as right now this trend continues above $2 trillion. Boom. And the trend has, in fact, continued. So again, this is from 5 days ago. This is our November 4th private Zoom call community recording. And so the reason why I want to bring that to your guys' attention is because something massive is about to happen for the first time in the digital asset space, at least from what I've been able to find. So I said to you guys yesterday in a post, and as we progress, you guys are going to see how important it is to join a community of like-minded individuals, of active traders that actually know what they're talking about, because we've been nailing price call outs to the T, whether it be publicly to you guys on X, on YouTube, or in our private community. The people that are paying attention to what we're putting out here at CYPRX are benefiting. So I said in 19 hours, obviously, of course, I put this post out yesterday on November 9th. If crypto closes above 2.65 trillion on the weekly chart, it will be the biggest weekly candlestick close crypto has ever made in 1 week, over 465 billion. As of time of recording, we're going to see, I believe it's over now 500 billion of inflow in 1 week. In December 2017, the biggest measured candlestick on the weekly time frame close was 217 billion. In April 2021, the biggest weekly candle close was 398 billion. This is probably nothing though, right? If more dips do happen, because again, I'm not sitting here saying that we are going to just continue to the upside for forever, because eventually some profit taking will most likely occur. But if profit taking does occur and we see another market downturn or any other dip, okay, again, it is my personal opinion not to sleep on those opportunities. The most recent pullback should have been a lesson to every naysayer out there in the digital asset ecosystem that's like, oh, crypto's going to die, it's going to go to zero, to buy that dip. Okay, I cannot stress enough, like, now is not the time to be bearish on crypto. Even if we do see another market downturn or any type of turmoil come into this space that creates significant outflows, long-term trajectory of this digital asset ecosystem is to the upside. So just showing you guys what I'm talking about, right? Just going up and taking a look back at previous bull market cycles. We'll start because, you know, historical data we really only have up until about 2017, when price fluctuations really started to happen in the digital asset ecosystem. The biggest bullish weekly close candlestick, that means not according, you know, not taking into account the wick, where the candlestick actually closed. I actually have to correct myself. Back in 2017, the biggest weekly candlestick close was $181 billion, right? If we go and we take a look at 2020, 2021 bull market cycle, we have these two biggest bullish candlestick closes on the, again, the weekly time frame, from the low to the weekly candlestick close, 367 billion and 398 billion dollars. You guys can see here. All right, now right now, for the first time in crypto history, if I'm not mistaken, in about 9 hours, according to my charts, it says 9 hours, but again, you know, give or take depending on your time zone, you can see more recently, in February 2024, the biggest weekly candlestick close was at $412 billion, give or take. All right. Well, give or take about 400 billion. All right. From the low to the candlestick close. Right now, for the first time in crypto's history, we're about to have the biggest candlestick weekly close. I think that this speaks volumes considering what it is that I'm about to show you guys moving forward. So right now we're looking at about a $515 billion weekly candlestick close. That is monumental. Actually, it's literally astronomical that we're able to live through this moment in history and see this playing out in real time. Okay, even if this leads next week into a pullback or some profit taking, this is still crazy to see this amount of money flowing into crypto in 1 week. People, 1 week. Just a week ago, think about it, $500 billion less of volume, volatility, and liquidity was in the digital asset space. That presents opportunity. So again, staying ahead of the curve, let me show you guys how here at CYPRX, why I am encouraging you all to join our community, to stay ahead of the retail crowd and not look at this space and market downturns as fearful, and instead join a community of individuals that are staying ahead of the game and actually prospering. This is why I show you guys these price predictions and these analytics that we deliver to you guys ahead of the curve. So couple days ago, right, I said to you guys in the community, by the way, shout out to Derek, one of our private community members, probably one of the most prosperous private community members, older gentleman out in California. Shout out to Cali, all the individual participants out there, especially considering that I lived out there for 5 years before I moved to Texas. Derek said on X, the more you pay attention to actual traders and not just hype, the sooner your investing life turns around. Stop being the mindless retail trader being manipulated what to do. Okay. Instead, pay attention to value, education, real traders, and individuals that actually make money in the space, like the individuals that are inside the private CYPRX community, mentoring the private members. Okay. I cannot stress enough. So I said to you guys, exclusive DCA levels. Remember, we gather our DCA levels, our dollar cost average levels, via institutional delta zones. The only institutional deltas that retail traders have access to, we deliver those to our private community members. On November 3rd, we identified ICP and Link as prime buying opportunities based on institutional delta signals. Fast forward to today, Link has surged to levels not seen since July, while ICP has surpassed $9 again. This is the power of accurate crypto DCA levels backed by real-time institutional data, which again, we deliver to our private community members. But again, you have to get through that paywall and you have to join our Discord in order to access them. But once you do, you have unlimited access to any deltas you want in any market across the board, whether it's commodities, forex, crypto, futures, doesn't matter. Okay. So here you can see, I always like to deliver proof. I don't like to just say I'm doing something without giving you guys valid screenshots. This is not me tooting my own horn. This is me showing individuals that might be new to the private CYPRX community or new to the CYPRX YouTube that has not seen this before, that we are doing this on not just one currency pair, but on multiple. This is from the 3rd of November. I said ICP is below $7. Link is below $11. If we fast forward to today, here's a screenshot that Derek messaged in the chat this morning. It's almost like we are on the same page. I nibbled and then bit. Cyprus is always on it. And you can see his screenshots via some of the profit that he made, where he bought Link and bought ICP when I was mentioning to the private communities. And he said best DCA numbers are always when Cyprus says to take a look. Funny how that works out. And you can see here's a screenshot of Chainlink at $11 on November 3rd. And now it's trading well above, almost towards $15. Same thing with ICP on November 3rd. It was hovering at about $6.90 and is now trading above $9. So, you know, just goes to show that in our private community, we are giving you guys accurate levels. Now, publicly, I said to you guys on November 6th, if XRP manages to break and hold above 55 cents and risk on sentiment prevails, our next immediate bullish hurdles rise at 57 cents, 66 cents, and 75 cents. Okay. So take into accountability this accuracy, because now moving forward, right, what can we see on the XRP charts? We have surpassed 57 cents and we're starting to make our way towards those highs. So just keep in mind, again, back a couple previous video breakdowns ago, we were telling you guys most likely we were going to hold above this institutional delta at 49 cents. 57 cents was our next immediate target. We have now surpassed that and we are making our way towards that 66 cent threshold, which again, if we break 62 cents, just to give you guys some immediate bullish targets, is our next threshold that we must surpass in order to see any higher price levels, because that is where institutional sell deltas exist. Okay. So if we don't break these levels, 62 to 66 cents, again, maybe we could see some profit taking. This is not a technical analysis breakdown. This is just me showing you guys that we have been giving you guys these targets, not only on XRP, not only on Link and ICP, but 2 months ago, we were telling you guys about soy when it was trading at 50 to 60 cents. Here is video proof of that. Myself, Mr. Aquaman, and Kevin, one of our private CYPRX community members, was telling you guys about soy, the digital asset that is now trading well beyond almost, I think now it hit today $3, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't looked at the charts. We can go take a look. But we were telling you guys about it months ago. Here you can see, this is a video on the private CYPRX YouTube, and roughly at about 15 minutes and 30 seconds, we started talking about soy. Here, take a second and listen. DeFi protocols like soy, and show you guys some connections that, because everybody's so fixated on XRP, everybody's so fixated on these ISO tokens, they're missing out on other opportunities. And soy, in my personal opinion, again, not financial advice, is one of them. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So first, I'm always going to show you guys, right? So I'm not going to play that whole entire video. Go back and watch it, because I broke down in detail why I was buying soy at 50 to 60 cents, gave you guys institutional backing, not only in the form of delta zones, but also in the form of fundamentals, why I was parking capital in soy. And if we just go take a look at soy's price action today, I mean, this was probably one of the best performers in my portfolio this year alone. Soy is trading now at, it tapped into $3 today, $3 and freaking 10 cents today. Come on now, people. Okay. And we were publicly telling you guys about this. You can only imagine the accuracy that is delivered in the private CYPRX community. Okay. So I just wanted to show you guys those call outs. It has been such a monumental year in 2024. Don't sleep on opportunities in this digital asset ecosystem to grow and expand your wealth by joining a community of like-minded individuals that are constantly attempting to provide valued education and information to you guys. All right, moving on. Let's get into this, because now this is where we're going to get into the real bullish, good, juicy stuff. If you've made it this far again, and you had to sit through me showing you guys what we've gone through and what we've covered so far and where we're at now, again, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe, especially if you've been a CYPRX follower for some time and you've been paying attention to this stuff. This is where we're going to get into the juice. This is what's really important, because this is what's going to bring massive amounts of money into the digital asset space, and that is institutional adoption. So I'm going to play some video clips. We're going to read through some fundamentals. Again, just sit back, relax, and enjoy this stuff here, because nobody else has shown you this type of info. So I said to you guys on November 7th, right? Considering where we were at just a couple of days ago, now we're seeing over $500 billion of inflow into the digital asset space in 1 week. I said the banks are coming to crypto. I pay attention to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where a lot of the juicy information is, not on Twitter, not on YouTube. Okay. LinkedIn. This will age very well. Here you can see This is an individual, Harvey L, posted on his LinkedIn profile. What are the world's biggest banks doing with digital assets? JP Morgan is developing a full suite of services across trading and custody funds, ETPs, payment, and tokenization. Citi, which again, we're going to get into a document in just 1 second, has laser focused its sights on one thing, tokenization. This could change the game for digital asset tokenization. Bank of America is locked in on trading and custody, ensuring seamless crypto services for clients. We have said in previous video breakdowns that these financial institutions know in order to survive and adapt, they're going to have to deliver crypto and DeFi solutions to their clients because they're going to want access to them. And then HSBC is pulling double duty, mastering both trading and custody, ramping up their tokenization efforts. Okay. So we can clearly see institutional interest. The impact that this is going to have, these banks hold incredible influence over the global financial system. Their moves are set to drive mass adoption of digital assets, reshaping the future of finance. If you're a naysayer about crypto, again, even if the market does see another downturn, long term, this market is bullish. Looking back 5-10 years from now, this digital asset landscape will look like a freaking hockey stick. Do you guys remember? Since we're on the topic of Citi, we're going to get into a document. But first, I want to share a video clip of an individual representative. He is from Swift. His name is Nick Kerrigan. Do you all remember a couple of months ago, I played a video clip of him saying that we are at the most pivotal moment in this space right before takeoff. We're not there yet, but we're there in that space, in that S curve of adoption right before takeoff. Take a second and listen.
I guess we're at, as you said, we're sort of at the, I wouldn't say at the start of this, we're still in the early stages of it, right? Where it's sort of at that, I always think about the sort of S curve of adoption, and we're sort of at that sort of where it's starting to accelerate, but it isn't quite yet at the sort of takeoff point. And indeed,
why that video clip is so monumental is because of the document here that I found from Citi. Well, I can't necessarily say that I found out. Shout out to the CYPRX researchers. I shared it with you guys, but the CYPRX researchers found this document from Citi. Citi GPS cross-border payments 24/7, October 2024. This document confirms that financial institutions are 100% integrating crypto into their back-end core infrastructure. Here you can see Nick Kerrigan, managing director and head of innovation at Swift, that gentleman that just said to you guys in the video clip that I played that we're at an inflection point right before the takeoff. Okay, again, to each his own, do your research. They tell you guys this stuff in the documents. This is the stuff that the mainstream will never show you. Okay, it says right here, by contrast, the adoption of tokenization could take longer. Following on from our collaborative experimentation this year, Swift is now at the point with its own trials where our community will be able to run live controlled digital asset transactions over our network from 2025 and beyond, which is a really exciting milestone. And so again, to clarify what they mean in this document by digital assets, because that's the most bullish thing, because a lot of people say, oh, they don't mention crypto, but they straight directly mention crypto here. Look at this. It says, tokenization is likely to play a pivotal role as 24/7 money movement and real-time liquidity become the new norm across wholesale and retail cross-border payments. Building on the momentum established back in 2023, digital assets, including cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, commercial bank deposit tokens, CBDTs, and central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, are being further integrated into the global financial payment system. Ladies and gentlemen, smash that thumbs up button and freaking subscribe right there. That is an absolute banger statement from a document directly from Citi. It literally says cryptocurrencies are being integrated into the global financial payment system. I don't know how else and what other bullish way to show you guys that this is massively taking place on a granular scale right before our eyes. Even if we do see some market turmoil in the short term, which I'm not denying could unfold, we have to be optimistic and we have to pick up on the breadcrumbs and take advantage of these opportunities, not financial advice, right? Again, teach his own, assess your own personal risk properly. So I put out this massive thread on why this is so bullish. To save time in this video breakdown, go follow me on X and read this. This is very educational. Why you should care, what this means for the global financial system, what this confirms, and your call to action as we approach this thrilling new chapter in the payments landscape. Okay, I cannot stress enough. Go read this, go share it with your friends, wake them up and show them, because most of them probably know that Citi is a reputable financial institution and one of the largest, and they're still probably sitting on the sidelines saying that crypto is a scam when there's literally a document right here that confirms that they're integrating crypto into the, it says right here, right? I don't want to butcher the words. It literally says it word for word, are being further integrated into the global financial payment system. Boom. All right. Now that rant is out of the way, I posted this to you guys. I said, listen up, the financial system is going through a dramatic shift. This is an individual representative, from Franklin Templeton. I'm speaking so fast because I don't know why I can't freaking make videos that are below 20 minutes. Freaking blows my mind every time. I'm like, yo, I'm going to nail this video in 14 minutes. Nope. 20 freaking minute video long. Okay. So we've already been here for a minute. I want to play these last two video clips. I'm going to play them back to back so that way it saves time. This is an individual representative from Franklin Templeton telling you guys that they are integrating these digital asset ecosystems and these blockchain techs into their backend infrastructure because it saves time, it speeds things up, it saves money, and it's happening 100%. Okay. And then we're going to listen to Jeremy Allaire mention similar to the same thing. All in all, trillions of dollars are going to flood into this digital asset space over the next couple of years. And these two individuals set the tone for that and confirm that to be the case. So just take a second and listen. With that being said, many blessings to you guys. I will leave you all here. Smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. Make sure that if you're not following us on X and on YouTube, that you do so now, so that way you don't miss out on any gems that we drop, whether it be we talk about some digital assets, we talk about the future of crypto, or we keep you all in the loop with accurate fundamentals or technical analysis. And if you want an edge in the markets and you want to gain more insights on what it is that we provide publicly, and you want a more in-depth experience as to what it is that we offer here at CYPRX, visit CYPRXtrading.com. We'd love to have you on the team. Let me play these last two video clips. Sit back, relax, and just enjoy. I'm going to play them back to back. Listen to what these people say. This is so monumental. Do not sleep on these opportunities for life-changing wealth. Take a second here and listen.
What do you feel are the market forces that are leading to adoption by asset managers of fund tokenization?
Yeah, good question, Sergey. So I think there's been a big transformation this year with the bifurcation of crypto and blockchain. And crypto is the main asset that sits on a blockchain-based recording system or record-keeping system. What we see is now a lot more people are seeing the benefits, whether it be cost, efficiency, transparency, interconnectedness of operating on a blockchain-based system with a single ledger. And we see that's really driving, will drive the industry in the next 12 months and beyond very quickly.
So you feel it's the efficiency gains from putting a fund structure on a chain?
Yeah, I mean, we did a study where on the traditional way that we record a transaction, it cost us about $1 to do that. So for us to do 50,000 transactions on a traditional rail costs $50,000. 50,000 transactions that we've done on the Stellar network has cost us $120. So there's a huge cost saving, but then that cost saving also leads to efficiencies in the sense that you don't have to do the reconciliation of multiple ledgers. You don't have to remediate issues. Everyone gets the same information synchronously. Yeah, so it's a real cost that we can identify the actual saving. And then these other benefits, we spend about $200 million a year on remediation and reconciliation. If we can move all the 1.7 trillion of our assets, currently we have about 500 million. If we can move that all onto blockchain, we will save $200 million, excluding the transaction costs, which will be 0.0025 of what they are today. So yeah, it's huge. It's just the big move is moving from a custodial model to a blockchain-based system where we don't have third parties like banks like HSBC overseeing. That's the big change that we have to. That's going to create the friction.
Okay, that's interesting.
What's your future? How this industry will be developing in the next 10 years, and where do you see Circle within this future?
So, we think about Circle as a platform and a network and a kind of internet utility that anyone can connect to, anyone can build on top of on this public internet infrastructure. And we want to grow that to be larger and larger. We want to be able to create an ecosystem where tens of thousands and eventually hundreds of thousands of startups and companies and builders can also deliver and generate value based on that technology. And we think we're in the super early stages of this market. So the most recent data I saw is that the global total addressable market of legal electronic money is approaching $130 trillion in value today. That's all around the world. So that's electronic money in a legal form, $130 trillion that's there. Stablecoin issuance today is like 160, 170 billion, or maybe less, but somewhere around there. And so I believe that over 10 years, a larger percentage of electronic money will be stablecoin money. I don't know what the number will be. It would be incredible if over 10 years, 5% of electronic money was stablecoin money. And that's not inconceivable when you think about the way internet scale technologies evolve. So that's the sort of just the underlying, electronic money part. The other part is there's all these utilities that are built for, using that electronic money. So exchanges, payment systems, B2B payments, remittances, retail payments. And if you take all of those globally and you add up how much revenue exists for the movement of money using, that kind of metaphor, that's over $1.5 trillion of revenue that exists from moving around money. And so I think that moving around money is going to become radically less expensive. And so the kind of unit economics and how that and how that revenue gets generated will change quite a bit over 10, 20 years. I think these things take longer than people expect always.